the read on all of that with Fox News contributor Jessica Tarloff, Trump 2020 Advisory Board member Madison Giaziotto. We've also got former New York Congressman Nan Hayworth. Nan, this is going to be a mess. Bottom line, it's going to be a mess. The question is how much of a mess? Past the election and past the final count, is it just going to be investigation after investigation, or will there be other areas in which both parties find common ground?
Well, Neil, they should find common ground. You and I both know that. And everybody's mentioned infrastructure. You know, Democrats like it because it's public spending, and Republicans like it because, of course, we do need infrastructure.
Well, I don't know if Republicans like it. Their president likes it, right?
A lot of Republicans do, Neil. I know because I was there. But here's the thing. Most Democrats aren't coming back to Congress or coming to Congress because folks want, some people, yes, some voters want the president investigated and they want the book thrown at him. But I think vastly more Americans, including the ones who voted for these the new Democratic majority, want them to get stuff done. So to the extent that people like Jerry Nadler, who we know spent, 4 hours on the Acela, it should be 2, but that's the Acela, talking about his plans to impeach Justice Kavanaugh. Well, good luck with that politically. I think that
I don't even think he believes that. Right, Jessica? Do you think that? I think most of them, even Nancy Pelosi, said, they will find common ground on issues here. So what do you make of what happens?
I think that they will look for common ground. I think there will be some investigations you heard mentioned there of the tax returns if President Trump is profiting off of the presidency without, properly disconnecting from his hotels where he has, the Saudi entourage there spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, et cetera.
Business.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, they are going to be looking for common ground and ways to legislate. So going into 2020, they can say these are our accomplishments. So working together on maybe a more fair tax plan is a good idea. Infrastructure for sure, though I disagree with you. It sounds like a lot of Republicans do not want to be spending on infrastructure. I don't know about the fair taxing.
I don't see much progress. The parties are miles apart on that issue. Don't you think?
I think Jessica makes a valid point of going into 2020 with everyone running to run for president. They're going to want to be able to point to X, Y, and Z that they were able to accomplish for their constituents and for the country. If they continue to fight and do absolutely nothing, they realize that people are going to get even more sick of it, and they're not going to really want to vote for these people to become the next president of the United States.
Each has a built-in excuse for not getting what they wanted done, right? Democrats can argue that the Senate and the presidency is held in Republican hands. The president will come back and say, well, look at the House, it's in Democrats.
And of course, and they'll use those excuses, but I think people are sick of the excuses. As far as individuals across this country, they want to say, okay, this is what's benefiting me. They don't care about all of the riffraff going on in Washington. They want direct, identifiable, quantifiable results in their own lives, and this is something that Congress needs to produce to them.
And the president has proven that deregulation and tax cuts do work. They are rocket fuel for the economy.
Well, the people don't think that, though. I mean, if you look at the exit polling and that the fact that healthcare was so disproportionately ahead of the economy in terms of the most important issue, and immigration was actually more important.
But it didn't really help Joe Donnelly in Indiana, did it?
No, it did not. But that was one of the big surprises. So we'll see how this shakes out. It looks like Kristen Sinema is going to end up coming out on top in Arizona. I imagine in Florida that Rick Scott still holds on even throughout the recount there, and DeSantis. But when all is said and done in terms of congressional counting, it looks like we could get 38 to 40 seats once California's done. There is a huge blue wave there.
By the way, those 8 races that are still
are all leaning as these votes continue to come in. They keep
that could
shifting.
Change. That could
of
change.
Course it could.
But it puts the House, more prohibitively in favor of Democrats for a while, doesn't it?
Right, but I mean, coming into Tuesday, a lot of people believe that there would be a blue wave across both the House and the Senate.
I don't know. The consensus was.
But we actually thought the Senate they would pick up a couple seats in the House. We would get high 20s.
A lot of people I talked to thought that the Democrats had a chance of taking the Senate. With the party of the president in the first midterms after they were elected, it's an average loss of 2.5 seats. We gained seats. I think that was a big win for the Republicans on Tuesday.
All right. So what motivated that vote, and what changed that vote? Did a bad joke actually lead to a big win for a former Navy SEAL? We'll talk to him after this.